I go to your page almost every day to catch up and get some, synapses, clips. Fantastic page. I love it so much. I love your page. And a lot of people will tell me, money, so the page if I go and catch up. Sometimes when I even want to do some certain shows, I will have them share it with you because I want you to have a copy and actually post them. But I have a one single complaint about that page. And the complaint is when you cut people's clip or you posting their work, you need to display the host. That way you are giving credit to the rightful owner of the job. You don't cover the host name. You need to, because that is intellectual property of other people that you are posting on your page, which is okay. You are promoting justice for mohbad, but especially with my work, with me, you need to do not cover it with any, do not cover the name of the host with any watermark. You have to always, so people will know whose work, whose platform that is. Take it as a positive criticism, okay? Because it's other people's work that you are just lifting and putting on your page, and so you don't get a lawsuit down the road. Like sometimes when I'm playing somebody's show, I will say, oh, I'm playing Lagata's show, let's clap for Lagata. Good job. This is not my work. We played King of the South job. Every places I share it with, I tell them, give credit to him. He did a fantastic job. Instead of just covering his name and, making it whichever way. So please take that as a positive criticism. But so far you are doing fantastic. You are doing fantastic. So I greet you all in the name of the Lord. Thank you for coming. Welcome on board. Wumi, I know Wumi and lies are 5 and 6, but sometimes you don't want to point out lies all the time. If you are raising kids and they are doing something wrong, it is wrong to always point out their wrongdoing instead of saying that, hey, don't do it this way. You will tell them, do it this way. Do it this way. Instead of don't. You don't use negativity, you use positivity. Lumba your tomo, but you say, okay, let me show you how to do it. Instead of this way will have been better. So you do it that way, and then so Wumi, the truth is very paramount. It's germane and sacrosanct. And we expect you, I personally expect you to be at the inquest tomorrow because your father-in-law, since you are choking us with the word father-in-law, you are choking us, you are shoveling it in our brain. It's like ofe shimedula umblangata wabai koshe kreni fuwa koko father-in-law, husband. The husband that you did not call when you posted out those 8 paragraphs, when the death was still fresh. Now that you are even trying to forget the man and move on with your life, you are now saying, my husband. Every other line is your husband. Every other line is so you alternate father-in-law, husband, my son, father-in-law, husband, our son. So tomorrow, your father-in-law will be in court, and it will be germane and sacrosanct for you to go and listen to the autopsy of your husband, since you are looking for justice for your husband.
She's not.
Huh?
She's not.
Anikaba so toro ni. Your father-in-law will be in court because my father-in-law. Don't you think it would be advisable for you to be in father-in-law will be in court? Be there. They will be reading your husband's autopsy. Do you care to know? Tó o bá lọ lọ́la, we go drag you. Tí o bá lọ, we go drag you. We go drag you. We go mention am. We will mention it at every media house we go to by our Mr. Sacrosanct and Jermaine. Can you imagine? Wunmi did not show up at the inquest when the autopsy of the husband of our youth and our father-in-law was there. We will drag you. We will drag you. So you better go tomorrow to go and listen to the autopsy of your husband. Autopsy of your husband. Go and listen to the autopsy of your husband. Since you will not allow us to breathe. Husband, I want to hear the way you are saying it, my husband, they will be so you better be there tomorrow. And don't go and be giving autograph like you did the last time that you were giving autograph and you were very happy inquest was closed. You know they resumed, when was it? 2 weeks ago. You were not there. And you say you are looking for justice. You say you are looking for justice and you were not there. You were not in the court where justice is going to be delivered. Who are your advisors? Who are your counsel? Who are they? You better go to the inquest tomorrow. You better. Because the autopsy of my husband, your husband, not mine, your husband, and your father-in-law will be there. Or is it audio husband like they said audio money? I heard about one audio 10 million not too long ago today. Or is it audio husband and audio father-in-law? Because they are going to be father-in-law, in-law, L-A-W, in-law, will be in court reading your husband's autopsy. You better go. You better go. You better. Okay, everybody, good morning. Good morning. Today's a little bit emotional. Go ahead, sir. You want to say something? Andy, you want to say something?
To be honest, I can't see myself.
It's okay. Things are happening.
Well, sorry, Supreme.
We can hear you.
We shouldn't forget. Loud and clear.
Okay, so that's good enough.
We should not forget when one of the interviewer asks Wunmi Adebanjo that, what do you want? Yeah, she only made mention of two things. The paternity of the innocent child and also
burial
for mohbad to be buried. She has never requested for justice. You understand me? But it will be good for her if she can be at the inquest tomorrow.
She can at least pretend. She can pretend to be looking for justice. I know she wants mohbad to be buried, so she can go to Priscilla's wedding.
Priscilla.
To go to marry.
You understand?
To marry. Hey, I go drag you. So you want to go to Priscilla's wedding, but you don't want to go to your husband's justice case.
And To be honest, everybody should be praying for Wumi this particular time that she needs to attend that corona inquest tomorrow, you know.
You need to
Yeah,
attend.
I will pray. I will pray for her to attend. Trust
Ògo
me.
ni fún bàbá àti fún ọmọ àti fún ẹ̀mí mímọ́. Glory to the Father, to the Son, and to the Holy Ghost. Ọ̀la ń gbàdúrà fún yẹn o. Ọlọ́run máa fún ẹ ní okun àti agbára. Okun àti agbára. Ọlọ́run máa fún Liam ní okun àti agbára. You will not fall sick. Liam will not fall sick. Tomorrow you will be, in fact, ẹ̀mí mohbad máa kó sí ẹ nínú tó máa fi lọ. You will eat breakfast o, fi nǹkan sínú o, torí mi ní fẹ́ gbọ́ pé o lọ ṣerú nǹkan tàdúrà ṣe o, or nǹkan tí spending ṣe o. Take a bagel and maybe one orange juice. Fi nǹkan sínú, or you take a boiled egg and orange juice. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé o breastfeed mọ́ anyway. So kó fún Liam lóúnjẹ, pack the diaper and go. Okay? Ọlọ́run máa ṣú ẹ lọ́wọ́, máa ṣú ẹ bọ̀, nǹkan kò ní ṣe ẹ́ lágbára Ọlọ́run. Don't come with any cookable story o. Don't tell us Liam for torí Liam yìí náà the amount of lies you have lied on this Liam. I hope Liam will forgive you. Kẹ́lẹ́ da Liam máa ń jà because every little thing Liam, my boy, you have used this boy as a base in almost everything in your life. Má fi Liam kẹ́wọ́ lọ́la, we no go gree o. Torí má fi Liam kẹ́wọ́ lọ́la. King White, ìyá mohbad láti lọ sí inquest lọ́la. King White, ìyá mohbad láti lọ sí inquest lọ́la. Láti lọ gbọ́ result autopsy ọmọ ẹ̀. No excuse. Nobody is going to be excused tomorrow.
Jump back there.
Báwo ni mo tún ṣe máa ṣe? I want to.
Doing live elections.
Ìyá mohbad ní láti lọ sí inquest lọ́la because she cannot say they are going to be reading the autopsy and say okay nǹkan báyìí ló pa ọmọ ẹ̀ but á jókòó sílé kò ní lọ. She must go tomorrow. So that is that on that waste. This Rosie social, sometimes I don't understand your comments. Moderators, please do not block anybody. Just mute them if their comment is unfavorable or if their comment is unlogical. You mute them. But if they want to come up, let them have an opportunity to come up. And then what time is it starting? Is it in the morning? Yes. Inquest is going to be, I think it's going to be around 10 o'clock. Yeah. So, kí lélẹ̀ tó tún jábọ̀ sí ìbàyọ̀ sí? Ilé ìsẹ́ pé exposed. African TV has finally entered one chance vehicle. Which one is this one? Anyway, great. Thank you. Okay. So, Mr. Odogwu, the convener of the Break the Table Foundation, the United States of America decorated ambassador and United Nations activist, in the person of the convener of Break the Silence, Break the Table for Foundation, the author of Wumi's Placenta. If you go to YouTube, type Placenta. He's the author of Placenta and no, this guy is giving them pressure. Let's go to Yomi Fabi. So Yomi Fabi has posted. Yomi Fabi has posted. Where is it? I saw it on his page yesterday. About Yoni. He posted the radio stuff yesterday. Is it this one? Okay, this is him and Dr. Olukemi. Big Dr. Kemi. I saw it on his page this morning. Where is it now? The radio station. I saw it. Anyway, let me go to his IG. I think it's on his IG also. If you want to listen to it, fantastic. It was very nice. Initially, when we watched it live, we thought it was not too great. But when I went back and I actually listened to it, it was fantastic.
In the corridor.
It was fantastic. Jumoke, good morning. You know, sometimes you will not know you are up.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. The husband of my youth. The husband of my youth. The husband of my youth. Okay, I'm going to go to IG and we are going to listen to the show again. The radio show. IG Mida. IG. Yomi Fabi. Fantastic. Yomi did a great interview. The host was trying to be funny, but Yomi handled him. Of course, man, I'm very proud of Yomi. Any woman that is going to marry Yomi now is going to be a lucky woman. Shabby. Shabby. Yomi ò ní fẹ́ oníkun agbe o. Shabby. What happened now? Yeah, here you go. So, Shabby me, Olodo. If you go on my page, you will see. O spell liar, o spell eti. Oloshi. Ekani epiology ni PhD ló gbà nínú epiology. Ṣùgbọ́n ordinary liars, four letter word, o spell eti. Tí ẹ ti ta pow bí popcorn. Oloshi. Mimbo mi ti dé o. In fact, let's listen to Yomi. This is the showing match. No, this is not the one, no. I think he has another one scheduled for March 15. What's going on now? The one from yesterday, I listened to it from his page, but this one now, okay, maybe this is it. Yep.
Good guy, watch. I'm not your baby. I was fighting for is not for Babajish himself. Color boy, featuring flavor. Okay. It's ready. I'm there for you.
Name alert, placenta.
That was Color Boy featuring Flavor, and it's in the spirit of what's the title of the film again? Love in every word. That's a very good Igbo song to start this interview. This afternoon we are going to be speaking with Yomi Fabi. I don't even know how to introduce him again. Yomi is an actor, he's a producer.
Look at that introduction. I have to give it to him. Opo, types in your pop. As for that title, So you see, school don't be scam o. You upgrade. Ṣọ́ bí mi tó máa fi jókòó sórí TikTok látàárọ̀ ṣúlẹ̀ go and upgrade ó spell láyà ó spell ẹ̀tì ó wá fi láì ó wá fi r síwájú láì tó bó ṣe fi r sí ó mì pé r yẹn ayé ẹ̀ ta pa o 24/7 orí TikTok ló máa jókòó sí ẹ wá ń bú láti pé kò mọ̀wé kò lè ka kínní ṣé wọ́n lè kà á can you read dumb hands bitch. Má jọ gbé page mi lọ.
In the last few years, he has been involved at the vanguard for human rights activities in different very, very controversial issues. If you remember the Baba Jesha issue, if you remember the mohbad issue, and instead of the mohbad issue, me, I'm tired of the mohbad issue because 1 year after.
I think what we will do is after we listen to Yomi, we will go and listen to the AIT of Wunmi. AIT of Wunmi. We will just, I'm there. We dey here till tomorrow. See, I'm a say inquest, I'm a fibo.
I think that a solution should have been about it, especially with the fact that the police have issued a statement to say, this is it, but who am I to say people should not do what they want? Before we start to talk to you, Yomi, I'd like Baron to please give us a little bit about Yomi.
Yomi Fabi is a popular Nigerian actor, filmmaker, director, producer, and activist making name for himself in the entertainment industry. Fabi is from Ogun State and he was born on May 1st in Shomolu, Lagos. He attended Odunlade Primary School and Igbobi College in Shomolu for his primary and secondary education, respectively. Yomi Fabi journeyed into acting in 2001 when he was introduced to the industry by late veteran actor Babatunde Omidino, popularly known as Babasuri. He made his debut in the movie of Belomo and has since appeared in numerous Yoruba languages films, including Metomi, Omiadagun, Igorin, and Blueprint. In addition to acting, Fabi has established himself as a producer and director, contributing significantly to Nollywood with several award-winning movies. Beyond his work in film, Fabi is deeply involved in human rights advocacy. He serves as a human rights consultant with the United States Institute of Diplomacy and Human Rights and holds the title of Human Rights Ambassador with Carly and the U.S. Embassy. He's also the founder of Break the Silence Foundation and the organization committed to address societal issues and promotion of justice and human rights.
All right, Yomi, you're welcome.
Title lórí Temi's platform Kobota. There was one stupid lady on Temi's platform, I think by the name Stephanie, about 5 days ago. She said, and that stupid Temi too. They say, Yomi ti japa. Did you not realize that Yomi has not been showing camera in the last few days because kò sí ní Nigeria mo ti japa. I challenge you. The lady that by the name Stephanie said, I challenge you, Yomi. Show camera. That day that I said Queen Mother was there. That was the day. I challenge you. She camera. But she man she camera. So she man she show. Yeah, she camera. The lady that was challenging someone to she camera. Ko ni picture. Fake ID. Niko. No picture. No nothing. No. I quickly went to her page. No picture. Private new. You are challenging someone. You could not say, whoa, what is she camera to me by? You want to she camera here. She camera. These people are so dumb and stupid. Anyway, Temi now said, "I mean not see more tipẹ́ like what ti já kúrò Nigeria ẹni tó ti já pa ẹni tó ti já when they were petitioned and their lawyer went to represent. All of them were petitioned. They didn't show up because I think I have it. I don't know if I have treated it when they said that those police were ready to lock them up. But we will talk about it later. We will be here for a very long time. Timba soon lo. So anyway, Temi now said, èmi náà mọ̀ pé ó ti jápa. rí wípé kò kí ń show camera mọ́ ni so kò fẹ́ show background yẹn he will only put his son's picture now because ó fi ń kó wọn àwọn ọ̀dẹ́ yan bàbá kan ń follow ẹ̀ ni ó ti jápa hello you people that want camera challenge ó ti challenge yín lánàá o ó ti challenge ṣáàrùn àná nìyẹn ó ti challenge yín báyìí nísìn ṣe rí pé kò tí ì jápa we gallant.
Can only
go ahead sir.
Supreme.
Kí ló ń ṣe network yẹn? Ìjápa o you see. Yes.
Ṣáà jọ́ tó Ọlọ́run tó wá máa sùn má gbé fóònù síbi díẹ̀ mọ́ mi.
Supreme.
Ṣé mo sọ ni?
Supreme.
Well,
can only sleep.
Mo rẹ́rìn lọ sùn ni.
Ó mi gbé Ọlọ́run fún mi ní good digestive system nìyẹn.
Àbí náà mo ní yé kéde ìwà pa wá.
Ọlọ́run àgbàyà you this man you be bàbá ńlá àgbàyà you be àgbàyà játijàti.
Àṣebẹ̀ ní òótọ́ ni ká máa sọ ayé kò tọ́ ni ẹ̀ náà.
Sakuma àgbàyà ní sà. Àgbàyà ní Sakuma Supreme. Supreme.
Sir.
Supreme. I think my network. You can only sleep off when you swallow elephants. Let me come down and come back.
Okay, come down and come back. So here we go. He has been introduced. He was Okorere Muse. Onídélé yóò bá tiẹ̀ jọkọ ẹni kó jálè ẹni. Ṣé lè yóò bẹ́tà Pythagoras? Ọkùnrin játijàti tó máa jókòó. À ń ra gọ́dà à ń ra kúpà o. À ń ta gọ́dà à ń ta kúpà o tó fi gbogbo ara ṣe rùngbọ̀n. Gbogbo ihò etí ihò imú kìkì rùngbọ̀n ni. Oní analysis sọnù. Kàkà kó bá ṣóbì mi wípé ó kówó fọkùnrin ó fún ní 500k ó sẹ pé kíyẹn dá 500 wọn náà dárú ẹ̀ padà wá eléri ibú òpònú ọkùnrin ẹgbẹ́ ló ń jà fún activism tó ń lọ káàkiri yẹn tó jókòó tó ń ṣe àwọn gẹ́ẹ̀dà ń ta kúpà o motherfucker punk.
Let's just go straight. We don't have so much time. We have about 30 minutes and we have so much to talk about. We'll start with this. I remember that you were at the forefront of the very tiny few who were supporting Baba Jesha during his travels. And I know that he was sentenced. He also lost at the Court of Appeal, if I'm right.
No. He lost in part. He was discharged and acquitted free for the issue of molestation, having sex with a child. He was absolved that there was nothing like that. So the only thing left is just the trap that Princess set for him.
What is that?
That's the 2 count charges.
I don't understand. Why is he still in prison?
I think he himself, Yomi, prolonged this part. I probably would say, he was charged for 5 counts. He was acquitted and discharged. They discharged 3 of them and he's only serving for 2. Boom. Continue. But he's stressed.
The remaining 2 count charges, they said the acting, that it is established that they were acting together. But at some point, it's not acting, it was a real contact. And because the girl is not up to 18, so they cannot. But of
so course, not waste the time. Go on, need àlàyé gbogbo yẹn. I got someone saying he was charged for 5. They dropped 3. We were able to drop 3, and he's there for 2. Simple as APC.
No documentary evidence to prove the age of the girl. And what I was fighting for is not for Baba Jesha himself. It's against child abuse. It is unheard that anybody anywhere in the world will say, because I want to know if my daughter was abused or any daughter or any minor was abused, then you ask that person to submit his or her body to be sexually abused again. You cannot want your child to go through PTSD because you want to gather evidence. No police officer should do that. No judge will give such order. And these are the things I'm fighting for as a society, that we must not allow it. The debt we owe every child is protection. And what is the truth about the whole case is it is an organized crime. Princess had no CCTV in the house before. She went to put CCTV that day. She put talks to beat Baba Jesha up. She did everything, asked the girl, sit down, let him touch you. She coached the girl.
Even coaching a minor
it's an offense.
Punishable with life imprisonment. You can't coach a child or a minor for sexual abuse. It is child pornography when you even go as far as recording it.
And that is true. You see, this what he said here. I know it might not be so in Nigeria. For example, during the holiday
And
here,
it is entrapment.
it is entrapment. Thank you.
Yes.
It is
And it's against the
entrapment.
law anyway. Yes.
Even
That
here
was what
during
I
the
was
holidays, they
fighting
will
for.
tell you when you go your shopping, holiday shopping, gift shopping, don't just throw your gift in your car and it's visible. Okay? Because anybody can just, I mean, it's not that they have the right to break into your car, but try and conceal your belongings, your stuff, your property. Don't put your wallet or your bag on your chair next to you if in your passenger driver's side. Don't leave your bags there and you are pumping gas. Put your bag on the floor. They call it street smart. Be street wise. Don't pass through an alley. Okay, do you have the right to pass through an alley? Yes, you can pass through an alley. But crime is more prone to happen in alley places. So on these alleys, why do you want to pass? Okay, so ìwà yẹn náà kò dáa. We are not going to say if you rape somebody, there is no excuse for it. But at the same token, you don't put yourself in harm's way. Don't put yourself in harm's way. So he has spoken the right thing. And when it was happening yesterday and we were watching it live on Natura's platform, I was like, oh, what in waste time? But you see, this part too is an educative part. It's an educative enlightenment aspect too. Because it's not just about justice for mohbad, because it's like me, I am engulfed in only justice for mohbad. Just justice for mohbad. But this part is very crucial. He said, I'm not only just for Papa Ijesha, but for child abuse, which is very key in Nigeria too, because opolopo. There was one time I was driving and we were in traffic and I was listening to all this, maybe, I don't know, that Akagbeni is doing very well. I told him before he jackpot the first time, I said on Papariano, I said, well, them, I think J Club, Adenike, Liz Diamond, they fell for him. They were like, and I was like, well, I said, me, I wasn't feeling him at all. And I did say, I said then on Papariano, I think aristocrats Wambe, Papariano, everybody, and I said, I want him, Yomi, not to disappoint the people that fell for him, the likes of Liz Diamond, and the likes of J. Clark, Adenike. Don't disappoint those people. I said, for people like me, disappoint me. And I will not lie to you. Truth be told, Yomi is every day disappointing me. And the more he disappoints me, the more he's drawing me closer to him. Okay? The more he's drawing me closer to him. We are not learning. Koriman me. Is he going to spend some money to buy his boxers like we heard the last time? Yes. Tílẹ̀ bá ṣúmọ́ bì kan, he will probably want to buy some kí là ń pè ṣé oral kits la máa pè ní àbí AM kits and stuff like that. He will have to spend some money for his personal use from the GoFundMe from the NGO, because probably apart from his acting, that NGO, does Berekete have another job? Berekete doesn't have another job. They have all this NGO and they pay themselves salary from the NGOs. Does Oriyomi have another job? I don't think so. They have an NGO, they pay themselves from the NGO. If you have your personal business, if your business is doing well enough, you will be paying yourself from the business. If the business is doing well enough. So Oriyomi is paying himself from his NGO. Berekete is paying himself from the NGO, and so on and so forth. I don't know what Very Dark Man does. I know he opened an NGO and it's being funded. I think he got 100 million. I don't know who deposited 100 million. So we expect that he will fund himself. He will pay himself salary. He has to be reasonable. He will not be paying his NGO to buy 10 million. Our pay any 5 million. No, you have to look at the market value and pay himself. He will enter cab, taxi, blah 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 blah. So we should cut him a slack on that. But overall, in this interview, I will tell you, even this aspect of Baba Ijesha, he did very well. That's number one. Number two is when you say somebody have an NGO is not supposed to say, okay, you committed a crime, but this NGO is going to make sure you don't go to jail. That is not what NGOs are for. They are non-governmental. They don't enforce law. They don't obstruct the law. They help to enhance and actually make sure that the law is enforced, or the law is enforced in an adequate way, in the proper way. For example, you cannot be locked up more than 48 hours if your offense is bailable. Okay, if they keep you there for 72 a week, an NGO can help you file for a fundamental human right. Okay, they've kept you there, your offense is bailable, they've kept you there for more than necessary, you call a magbale lossy court. And he did that in the Baba Ijesha case. He did that. He helped Baba Ijesha to get a fundamental human right, and he was eventually released. And I remember at that time, I can go and look for it when I to buy jáde báyìí orí bẹ́ẹ̀ la máa bẹ́ orí ẹ̀sìn títì ń bí báyìí ni a máa ṣe kinní kan ni a máa ṣe gbá kan tó ń fi àdá ní iwájú ṣọ́ọ̀bù ọlọ́pàá lọ́dún náà lọ́hùn. But he was able to stand for him that he has the fundamental human right to be bailed, because his offense was bailable, and he did that. He intervened, because tẹ́bá lórí platform àwọn tatafo, although mo kàn ń sọ̀rọ̀ ságbọ̀n because English wọn gbọ́, they don't understand anything. Wọ́n ti pààrọ̀, tẹ́mi ti fi orí wọn gbà pààrọ̀. Gbogbo candle wax, àjókù ìmọ́lẹ̀, ó ti ṣe wọ́n mọ́ṣẹ́, ó ti 200 kéèyàn tó lè gbá gbogbo wọn ní 203 million. Ojú lásán kọ́. On this black app, black app lẹ́ńpẹ́, we know pé we've been told life and direct tẹ́mi máa ń ṣoògùn, ó máa ń gbẹ́bọ lọ sí di èṣù. So you know pé àwọn tó wà lórí Temi's platform, they are different beings. Wọ́n ti lò wọ́n ti jẹ wọ́n máyé. So they will never understand. Mo lè sọ látẹ̀ní di lọ́la, if you go there now, èpè náà máa ṣe èpè ọlọ́jì nìkan náà mọ̀. More nothing, and they are not open to education. Ayé wọn ti pin ìkìn. But when you come to things like this, you need to expand. You need to expand your understanding. Your NGO is not going to okay, ó pààyàn sìn or ó jalè. You're supposed to go and serve kìnìkan. NGO cannot fight for you and say you will not go and serve your sentence. They don't stop the law from being enforced. No, that's not what they are there for. NGO will make sure you have a fair hearing. If you don't have a lawyer, like they were like, ó ṣẹ́jú sí Dàmọ́lá, ó ṣe kinní kan sí Dàmọ́lá, ó sọ fún Dàmọ́lá pé òun fẹ́ gba lọ́ọ̀yà fún. That is the position of an NGO, dumb ass people. Nǹkan tó yẹ kí NGO ṣe nìyẹn. If you cannot afford a lawyer, they will get you a public defendant. If the NGO is robust. For example, when Berekete gave àwọn tí Ọba Elegushi mú gbà yẹn, when Berekete gave them a lawyer, that was exactly the same thing. Yomi told Damola, do you have a lawyer? If you don't, contact my NGO, we can help you secure a lawyer. They are not going to say, okay, you commit an offense, you will not go down for the offense, but you will have a fair hearing and a legal representative that can help you plead your case. Berekete did the same thing. Why then you already tell me square? Ẹ má bínú, mo ti gbàgbé pé èmi náà mo sọ pé wọ́n ti forí yín gbá pààrọ̀. Ó kàn ń ká mi lára torí mo máa ń sọ lórí Papariano, mi ò lè kọ́ olódo. Sorry, Emma stress me lè kọ́ olódo. I teach people that have high IQs. Okay? But, okay, ó ṣẹ́jú sí, torí mò ń gbọ́ títẹ́ mi sẹ́ pé ṣe ló ń ṣẹ́jú pàkó sí Dàmọ́lá. Ó wá sọ fún Dàmọ́lá kó máa gba lọ́ọ̀yà fún. That's what an NGO do. That's what they're supposed to do. For example, wọ́n ní African TV, ó gba lọ́ọ̀yà fún àwọn Bámiṣé for them to have a legal representative on ground. One in Neo, allegedly Neo, I don't know, okay? Don't quote me on that. But that is the position of an NGO to help you ensure that you get a fair hearing. That's what NGO do. That's the part of their objectives. Okay, so it's not there. Torí àwọn òpònú tó wà lórí Tata Force platform ní ibi tó bá bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà dé, òun náà ló ń lọ lọ́nkàn yẹn, òun kọ́ ló bá bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà débẹ̀. It is the arm of the law that caught up with him. Òun kọ́ ló bá bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà débẹ̀. All he did was provide the lawyer for Baba Ìjẹ̀ṣà. And hey, superior argument wins in court with evidential. So, try. Bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ẹ̀ mú nǹkan kan jáde nínú justice for over 18 months. One or two small things. Kẹ́kọ̀ọ́gbọ́n díẹ̀. And let it become part of you. Yeah, here you go.
So all these things are what I was fighting for. Not that Baba Ìjẹ̀ṣà is guilty or not. But at the end of the day, we look at the old stuff and we understand the fact that children are meant to be protected. And what this woman did are too enormous. And it's quite unfortunate. Everybody was looking at the other side. We're not looking at the real aspects of it. So it's quite sad. So, if I may ask you, are you still in touch with Baba Ìjẹ̀ṣà? Of course. You go to visit him regularly? Yeah, not regularly. You can't be going to prison to visit regularly. But we contact ourselves because they have a phone in the prison. So we talk regularly. And he passed information. He asked me for people's contact to call him, tell this person to call me, tell that person to call me. If I have money, I send to him as well. So it's almost a constant communication. Okay. When was the last time you saw him? I saw him last, I think a few days to my birthday, which I went to invite him because I was sending invitation to all my colleagues. So I felt like because he's in the prison does not mean I should not share the same invitation with him. And when I took it down there, I was invited to the office of the controller of prison that, why am I bringing invitation to him? I said, it is just to help his mental health. Because at the end of the day, my conscience is telling me, is it because he's in prison that I'm going to ignore him and be inviting even people that I don't even know? I just said, let me just come and share with him and say, Ori, with faith, maybe you'll be out before then. And the controller said, because I have to look at the logistics. If I'm applying that they should bring him to my day, what is the advantage? And they have to honor me. But I said, no, it's not necessary. That I'm just sharing with him because I don't want him to think I've forgotten him. So they received the invitation and the pack, everything, the sweets, everything I give other colleagues, I took it down to him. But the reception there I look at the stress I went through. I said, you know what? I'll be coming here when it's very, very necessary. And because how is his mental feeling, and is he coping?
And what was his reaction to that when he got that invitation from you?
When he saw it, it was, it's natural for him. Like, normally, if they didn't set me up for flirting, I should be rejoicing with you that you even remember me and you brought this. Though, at some point, at the early stage, he still do not understand because he's like, what are you trying to do? Until I explained to him that my conscience is my own policeman. You don't know I am inviting people from all over the industry. But if I should overlook you and didn't come to you, somebody will really work well with me. It's not about you. It's about my conscience. I said, how you think is different from every other person? And then he appreciated it, and he called me to pray for me, and
are there still people in the industry apart from you who reaches out to you?
Yeah, a couple of our colleagues, even those that are abroad, they will call me that they want to go and check up on him and where can they get him, and I will lead them through to how they can get through to him. It's quite funny that we are human. Setting up people and a grown-up for flirting just because you want to punish somebody, or you want to, that there is a particular thing that if you attach to that setup, the person will lose his career and everything. All these things are what we don't want in our society, because at the end of the day, when they arrested Baba Jesha, a few days after, police went to run a test on the same girl, and they found sperm on her. And that was what led to arrest of one Damola Adekola. And the security of the house, those two, they are at large. Police refused to go and pick them. And the sad reality is the girl will look at it. In the same house, these are people having sex with me. You claim you are my foster mother. You didn't go after these people. It is in the same house you invited your friend, and then you accused him of having something with me, and the real people having sex with me are still walking free. Make it make sense.
Okay. Do you see yourself as being controversial?
Because
I like this question. So, do you see yourself as being
cannot
controversial?
Understand, or they hardly see an actor dedicating his time for a cause of humanity like this. So the best way they can explain their own perception of my personality is controversy. And I don't have to start, begging people and say, hey, I'm not controversial when I'm fighting for issues that either have this side or that. So I allow them to fly with that title until maybe their children will be civilized and fight for things I'm fighting for. And then they will now start looking at their children. Will I say my child is controversial when I raised my child to fight for the rights of other people? But we are not raised, majority of us are not raised to fight for the rights of other people. And in doing that, the oppressor will have to tag you. People that think, oh, you're a celebrity, then go clean. Just look for it. Don't look for anything that will stain your name. There is no way you want to fight for the rights of this person. The person on the other side will give you a title. Because everybody loves to oppress and get away with it. And when you tell them to their face that it is not acceptable, it is abuse of human rights, they will say, what is human right? How many people would even know their right? So most people that doesn't know their right will see what I'm fighting for as controversy.
You have 2 children.
Yes.
One is in South Africa, if I'm right.
Exactly.
And then one from your, I don't know if you are officially divorced or you're just separated.
I was never married to her. I was only married once in my life.
Okay. One from the woman who had the child from you.
I have 2 baby mamas.
Oh, okay. I'm talking of the last one.
And the last
that was a lot of controversy.
Last baby mama.
Okay. How do you feel? Do you feel that this feel a certain space, not being able to? The first one, the woman alleged that you were the one that initially rejected the child, and now she has blocked you from seeing the child. I always see that you post the child's birthday, but you post a very old picture. The second one,
this aspect of this interview, I really do not see this side is not necessary. What is it? I don't know what necessitated all this part of your probing into your. This is too not only is it personal, his sexual aspect of his life is none of my business, really. Even if you have failed 10 marriages or have 10 baby mamas, that does not mean you cannot fight for justice. So this aspect of this, I don't know this channel very well. I think they need to improve on this, but he handled it very well. He really handled it very well. At least this will show the Tata folks that this is it's not like one of their own page interview where, it's not one of their own page interview where Wunmi was just allowed to talk and they didn't ask her any questions. She was just doing right there and saying, the way she was advertising her wig, and the nurse is going clubbing, the nurse is doing that. You can see this guy, he was on a hot seat. They need to start having interview for Wunmi and put Wunmi on a hot seat. Hot seat. Andy, if you want to interject, please feel free to.
You had a very celebrated naming ceremony and everything. Then afterwards, a lot of things started happening in the media. How does it make you to feel? And do you feel that if you look back, would you have done something differently?
And the only thing I can deduce is that the only thing that will make me go nuts is when I notice disloyalty. But if I notice that you are loyal, they don't believe in loyalty. And that is why you see, and for you to see a successful man, the fact that only few marriages last. It's not about me. How many marriages are lasting? Forget about
it's
me.
True.
How many? Count.
How many marriages are lasting? Even Temi, Obama kan wá sílé ọkọ now. Obama kan wá sílé ọkọ Obama méjì. How many people are you on that platform? I've listened to some of you talk. Most of you are in your second, third marriages. On your platform. Ṣúbí mi, ilé ọkọ méjì ló ti lọ tó ti bọ̀. Ó dẹ̀ bẹ̀ King White fún pọ́nrán. Ìyẹn ni pé òun ò ń ṣe ládàradà. Ó tún san 500 according to Pythagoras. You know? So, I mean, this aspect of the interview, I don't see anything in this aspect of the interview, to be honest with you. In my own opinion, I think it was uncalled for.
And then you see that the fact remains that people tend to go for physical attraction. And that is a mistake I made also. You look at a woman, oh, I love you, I like you, I want to buy you, you're brilliant. And I don't look at the inner qualities.
If you want to come up and interject
and for a marriage
comment,
to last
please
and
do
to
so.
sustain relationships, because there will be ups and downs. The only thing that will keep you saying, I don't want to lose this person,
Ronnie,
is the fact that no matter what happens, she's going to stay loyal. She's going to stand by you. She's going to...
Yes, Mama. You might not know she's up. Are you aware you are up?
And that is what I am still not seeing in those that I've met, and it's quite sad. But every other thing, let me take the child away, is women believe they want to punish, and they punish with children. I did the naming ceremony. There was no time I said it's not my child. There was no way I would say any child. If I have sex with a woman as an adult, and you said you're pregnant, I will force accept.
Too private.
And I don't drag children.
The interviewer did not do a good job.
I have my personal philosophy of life. A woman owns the child. If you want me in the life of the child, loyalty. And you said you've not found that loyalty in those two women that have
wasn't full enough.
Wasn't full enough. At what point did you notice that they were no longer loyal? Because I felt at first, I mean, when you were together, when it was all rosy, you still saw that loyalty in them. So at what point in those two different relationships did you find out they weren't loyal anymore?
Because when you start a relationship, it's always come rosy. show you that I like you, you like them, and then everybody starts showing their true
If you
colors.
come up, you feel like saying something, just let me know and I'll post it.
But one thing is that when it gets to that stage, which if I go into it, I might have to, it might look like I'm dragging them now, or I'm trying to paint them in the wrong color. They might be good for themselves, but they might not be good for me because they cannot stand the test of time.
Yes, go ahead.
Good afternoon, sis. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Movies On.
Yeah. Honestly, this interview is very, very obvious that the interviewer is very, very biased. This is not an interview at all. This is family affairs. This is private life. You are digging into someone's private life. What is your own concern? Because he's fighting for a right for someone, that someone must get justice. You're now going into his own matrimonial home and bringing out what is there. Is that an interview? Is that the part of the professional stuff for him to ask of? They came out because of something that is going on outside there that is very, very obvious, and everyone was aware of it. And you left that, and you are digging into someone's life because he's fighting for someone's rights. And even Yomi he made a mistake. He could have even tell him that, Mr. Man, is my own private life. In as much my wife is not shouting and is not screaming, is not crying for help outside. I think this is not the reason why I'm here. The reason why I'm here, let's discuss about that and let's close it. That's it. If you know that you want to dig into my family affairs, you give me an invite next time. I will know that this is the reason why you invite me. And I promise you, I'm going to be here and I will answer you. Whatever you ask me that time, I'll be very, very ready to answer your question. This is not it's not part of the interview at all. That's my submission.
Very good observation. Very good observation. I think it was way too intimate. This aspect of it, I think the Baba Ijesha one, the Baba Suwe one, this aspect of it is too intimate. But I think overall, Yomi handled it very well. Yes, Mr. Andy, are you back fully with us?
Yes, please. Actually, I have watched it yesterday. Yeah. And to be honest, the interviewer, they are biased. But overall, like you said, Yomi beat them hands down.
Hands down.
Because I listened from the beginnings to the end. And just, it's like what you said about 1 hour ago. When I first of all listened to the interview, I questioned myself, what kind of interview is this? But I waited patiently from the beginning to the end, and I can see that Yomi finished them hands down. Okay. And I have been saying this because Yomi is saying the truth on this justice for mohbad, and also in the case of Baba Ijesha matter. Anywhere, if they are 1 million on Yomi, when they give Yomi chance to express himself, to explain for them in details, Yomi will surely do that. I have no fear regarding Yomi making his message across to everybody. I mute.
Thank you so much, sir. I am 100% with you. And you will find this interview on Yomi Fabiyi Instagram page. I think you can go ahead and listen to it first time. You might be angry. Second time, you will know that he actually I will give you 7/10. Apart from the fact that they wasted time, I will give it 7/10. 7/10 interview, or 7.5. And this interview is still better than all of the interview Wunmi did, all put together, maybe with the exception of the AIT. Otherwise, he did very well. And of course, we cannot compare the intellect of Wunmi. Sometimes you cannot compare the two.
Says that there are some certain things that if I see that, you know what, I'm sticking with you. I won't do this. There are things that you want them to do behind you and do in front of you. When you see the opposite of my own problem is if I trust you 100%, I'm going all out for you. But if I see anything that will take me off to believe that you are not trustworthy, to adjust or start unnecessary diplomacy, I am not wired that way. And that is why people get to penetrate me easily. That Yomi cannot pretend. Some of my colleagues will say, Yomi, you can't you be diplomatic? Pretend as if you still like the person, play along. I said, I can't do it. If I notice that you're not loyal, I walk away. Even if it is tomorrow you want to give me 10 billion naira, I'll walk away. And that is where people don't understand me when I delve into any matter. I go all out without, what will I get? What will I benefit? I just do it from my church mind. Not considering what is the consequence, what will I lose, what will I gain. If I put that in front, I won't be loyal to that cause. I just want that thing to come true.
Correct.
And that is my nature. And the
I've
more people, I'm still very young, but it's going to get to a time. Everybody that have come close to me, everybody would have passed through me to say, let's be honest with ourselves. The only problem Yomi has is focus on loyalty. If he's facing you there, you can't divert him here. And that's in this life. Some people believe, pretend you are here. If you see any wind, flow with this, and then that's how you can survive life. Me, I wasn't raised that way.
So would it be right to say you walked away from the two relationships?
Of course. And most of these people want to leave me because if you get to know me personally, I am homely. I don't go club. I stay with my woman. I take care of them. And they know that for a man to love children, it means you have to like the woman. You have to be with them to say, let me care with this child for you. So certainly they will never say he doesn't take care of his child. That is not going to be part of me. And it means that I will be there with napping, bathing the child, doing everything a woman would do. The only thing I won't do is breastfeed. My latest baby mama one time felt like I was receiving messages. Okay. I was receiving messages. I wasn't paying attention to her. And then she'd say, take the child. And then she dumped the child with the baby food, closed the door where she was. All through the night, she was expecting cries. And the baby refused to cry. Because I would rather stay with the child. I studied my children. I will study every move. That's me as a father. And that child did not cry. And then she keeps coming. And then she got, open the door. Why? She's now attacking the baby like, you are even a betrayer. You didn't even cry. I thought you cry. I said, he's not going to look for breast. Because I will do everything to make sure the child is comfortable. Because I study my child. And that is me for you.
Okay, you're close to the late Babasuwe. You probably say he brought you into the industry, you respect him, he taught you some of the things you knew before you became a man of your own. Two things. One, would you say you got that loyalty from him as a boss as much as you gave to him? One. Then two, after his death, a lot of things happened. Or even before his death, during his ailment and all that, quite a number of things happened. Can you bring us up to date exactly what happened from your perspective? Because I know you are quite involved with the family and all that. Kindly let us know. The first is, was he as loyal to you?
Yeah. He, let me put it this way. The first biggest honor that I will receive in my community that will shoot me beyond my street was given to me by Babasuwe. And when he did, Babasuwe was number one actor in Nigeria then. And he was loyal to me. He came to my not just my area, my street to honor me.
Sorry for the Gen Zs listening. What year was this?
That was in 2001.
Okay.
And when he came, I used to go to his office. I was meeting up with him, and he said, "I will come to that event to honor you." And when he came around, Even, it's just as we are here now, and people from Baga get to hear that Babaso is here. People were rushing down. He said he will not come down until he sees Lukman to his face. Where I was looking tattered. I never even believed he was going to come. I thought he was just trying to, encourage me. Because every time I go to him, he said, you sound brilliant. I like your dedication. And I will honor you. I will come. I said, this man is just, maybe I'll keep dreaming. And the funny part is, as a young chap, I keep seeing the dream that Babaswe came. And I said, when dreams start coming like this, it means it's not going to come. But let me enjoy the dream as it lasts. Where I was staying with some of the youths in my area, they just came to call me. Eluku. Babaswe, am I dead? Am I alive? Baba what? In Shomolu. That was the first time some of us are going to be seeing a star in our life. I don't believe they go to toilet. I don't believe they eat. As at that time, I ran my heart out when he saw me. That was when, as much as many adults, area boys said he would not come down. When he saw me, he said, oh yeah, my baba, and he held my hand. Just picture how I'm going to feel like. My father and mother, they were not there. And I became a pride to the community. Everybody, they were like, hey, baba, even some still call me Babaswe till date.
Yeah.
And when I, started rolling with him, his younger brother was seeing me at the first few months, they staged a robbery into his house. They didn't take his gold, they didn't take everything, but they make it look like my leg is not good. When I saw it, I said, sir, it's like, I'm not welcome. He said, Beneson, she me complain for him. I know what is happening. Only to us who live it, I started laughing like he said, oh, I do go do it ready. Only to I live it, go show you will survive this. This industry, you'll make it. Then it got to a time, the brother, there was a little complaint about it. He started looking for my mistakes. And then we got to Iwelepe then. He has not built his that house in front, that one, his penthouse. And then we were in the other room at the back. And the fight was so much. And the younger brother said, and Baba said, get out of my house. He told him to get out. He said, he sacrificed his blood brother for you. And then Antiwala of blessed memory held Babaswe's leg and said, Baba said, start begging. I said, sit down. This is a boy you should encourage. This is a boy that has a future.
Hello, MLA.
And he's also useful to us. Why are you competing with him? Stop it. Do you think this boy is trying to help me? I'm at the peak of my career, and we need somebody, and you're trying to, don't rival him. You are the one supposed to be buying food for him, and he said, that's what I used to tell people, gala and pure water. That when he was so, he said, even Amara gala and pure water. I was remembering. I started laughing. He said, tomorrow again. I went out, but you ready? Because I'm looking at him like, he doesn't know when he says those things. He was serious. But it's funny to me that when the gala and pure water, so he taught me what loyalty means. And I am happy that when he was there for me at the beginning of my career, he showed me loyalty. And I thank God Almighty that I was there to hold his hand and to reciprocate the same loyalty when he was ending his life. Though it wasn't really a pleasant one, he was sick. But I want to say thank you to him for giving me the opportunity to pay back. And that's why I love him. Say, why are you still with him? He got to a stage at the end of his life, he called me. He said, apart from my illness, I would have loved to ask God for one thing. I said, what is that? He said, I wish he can make me give birth to you. I said, where I can make it. Can I become people? He laughed. He said, but I love you as a son. And he's told me some certain things that I can't be saying here. And when I ran away during Baba Gisha's case, because I was going to buy him a wheelchair, he said, I just pray you meet me back alive. But they don't understand you. Keep fighting for Baba Gisha. I am with you in spirit. I just pray you find me alive when you come back. But I couldn't meet him alive.
Oh, that was emotional.
Okay. We're running. and that I've not been following all these things because at some point
It just got tiring.
I zoom off because I just felt that what is all this going on? That there is a 10 seconds video that you've been posting and people have been giving you money and that you have actually raised 10 million naira using her husband's name. So these are my questions. What do you have against Wunmi? Because to me, a poor widow who everybody should rally around to help raise the little boy. Secondly, why can't everybody who is doing all this fight rally around the family and make them to bury the body? Because as the body is, even if they want to do 1 million autopsy today, what I know is that the things that they need for the autopsy have already been removed. They don't need, because the body has been removed twice, cut twice now for the autopsy. So why can't all the people who are forming Van Damme left, right, and center fighting this fight come together and allow the family, pressurize the family to give this boy a good burial? If they want thoughts, actually.
So, yeah. Okay, first and foremost, normally if I have my way, that is not the kind of topic I would like to even encourage or entertain. Because the only victim here is late Oladimeji Ilerioluwa, Promise Aloba Mohbad. And for whatever it is, any other person is secondary. Mohbad had a very terrible life. He was murdered in his own house. He was buried.
Those are allegations because
no.
Wait.
It's established.
Wait.
Let me explain to you. I'm into human rights.
Those are allegations.
I'm not doing social media.
I am talking.
Hold on, wait.
I'm talking based on the
Let
police.
me tell you the murder. The police
reports.
also came up with
because what the police has said that Mohbad died as a reaction to
whatever
an injection.
Whatever the
so
case,
we should stick to the police.
Wait, whatever the case may be, the police said the person that injected Mohbad was a quack, not a professional.
Yes.
And so if I am not allowed to do or to cut you and do operation on you, and I operated you.
But murder is a strong word.
Wait,
you can
let me explain to you. If I am not qualified to be a doctor, I am not even a doctor, and I ask you that, I will do operation on you, and your enemy died in the process. What have I done?
You know me?
You and
I know that daily.
What have I done?
I am not trying to make.
Okay, now let me go to my own.
You and I know that daily in this Lagos, hundreds of people are illegally treated by nurses.
Okay, you think that should continue?
I'm not saying it should continue.
You know what?
So I just did not want you to.
The point is this: you cannot give it another name, no matter how sneaky we think we're going to be. Because I want Nigeria to go forward. Some people believe that we'll keep patching and massaging the negativity of this country, and we keep, continually exploited. What is bad is bad. It doesn't have two other names. That is secondary. I'm going to get to that one. The issue that I'm telling you is that Mohbad is the only victim. He was buried, and within few days, a 26-year-old was exhumed. In my own lifetime, that is the first time somebody will be exhumed for something like this, because they want to bring justice to him. And while he was in the morgue, he has been pierced, cut twice. He is over 500 days in the morgue. The only thing and the only reason why I'm here is because of Mohbad. And for crying out loud, this is a cause of investigation. People like this, I don't know the kind of poverty level she has experienced. I run an NGO, and even the 10 million naira is not even what is been involved. If I tell you how much of my money that has been spent on this stuff,
tell us.
Not a lot. I have to.
Like how much?
We don't have the time. You want me to start telling you in details?
No, you can just mention a figure.
A whole lot, because when you look at when we started this whole stuff, when I started in August fully to say, let me investigate this matter, nobody was ever going to think it has to do with the wife or anything. Will look into the side of the wife. Other human beings that were baked by other parents were actually accused. And at the end of the day, you as a person, you're not even sympathizing to the fact that, so these people were put in police cell for months. And now they are saying they don't have anything to do with the case. And if it's homicide, Mohbad was murdered or was treated and he died in the house because it's not a natural death. And it happened before the wife. The wife was there. The younger brother was there. And at the end of the day, the initial police investigation you're talking about never treated the wife, the younger brother, the uncle as a suspect. There is something, in homicide case, when anybody around the person, somebody dies, the people around the person in the last 48 hours will be held accountable.
But they were interviewed.
No, they were not treated.
They were interviewed.
No, hold on. If they were admitted as a suspect.
Just wait a second.
Let me explain to you.
Just wait a second. What I know about police.
Interviewed as a witness.
We don't have time. But what I know about police investigation is this: when a case of murder like that happens, there are a list of people they want to talk to, and when they talk to you and they say that you don't have anything directly or indirectly to do with the case, they allow you to go, and they will tell you that they can ask you to come back. I remember very well that Mohbad's wife, Mohbad's mom, Mohbad's dad were the first set of people that their statements were taken.
You're not knowing the difference. You need to understand the administration of criminal justice law. In this instance, the wife was around him. The brother, during coroner inquest, said they were fighting. That is second. Another person in the house said they were fighting. Now, about the 30 seconds video, the younger brother, who is a credible eyewitness in the court of law, eyewitness or documentary evidence, whether digital or video, are crucial in determining and proving the case beyond reasonable doubt. The younger brother messaged me that I have a video of a fight between Cynthia and my brother. And he went further to say, I have a description. This is how it happened. She pushed my brother until he hit his head to the floor. And I said, send me something to corroborate it. He sent me 3 seconds video. The tiles on the floor shows the house. I was in the house. I went through the police, we got a court order and went into the house. The tiles look alike. Now, the violence that was exemplifying in that 3 seconds video, it's not too much for us to ask. Can we see the extension of a 3 seconds video? The police refused to show us. Now, that is not even the bone of contention now. Now that they refused to show us, Adura was invited by the police at the higher command, and he wrote in his confessional statement that yes, 3 people were in the video. It also corroborates when we had a press conference. And part of our duty is to push and investigate more. And the moment he said 3 people are in the video, Wumi, Mohbad, and somebody else, I'm like, why would you be concealing the identity of a third person? I wasn't going to stop. And then I dragged him to the police. When he got to the police, he said, oh, it's one Zomo. Police asked him, who is Zomo? What is his third name? What is his full name? He said, only Mohbad or Wumi can know the full name. Okay, fine. He said there was a fight between them. Okay, police said, no problem. Let's get the woman. She refused to show up. Now, by the time we got the description, he gave the description of a guy. He was an ex-soldier. He used to be Mohbad's friend. So he was in a house with you guys. He said, about his old video. No problem. Now, we'd find a way to get the Zomo. And the Zomo came online and said, hey, I was in that video, but it's not when Mohbad fight. I said, no problem. But there was a fight. And it was not me. Wumi said it was a fight between herself and the Zomo. And make it make sense. Will the wife of Mohbad be fighting the friend and Mohbad will be recording for 10 minutes? Now, the Zomo now came out, you are not privy of that. Or probably you are privy, you want to cover that. He now said, hold on. He now said, you know what the Zomo said? He said, I wasn't the one fighting you, Wumi. You were fighting Mohbad. And when I wanted to intervene, you wanted to stab me. And then you want me to keep quiet because somebody will come out and play on unnecessary victim or gender victim and say, I'm a widow. She is not meant to be a widow yet because she was present when the man died, and at the end of the day, until she is exonerated. Why the police choose not to investigate her? Why did they choose not to drill her?
You know, we are actually out of time.
We will always be out of time at this stage.
No, we are actually out of time. But in 30 seconds, I just want you to tell us, what do you actually want to do now, and what do you want to achieve in 30 seconds?
All I want is justice for Mohbad, and that the Attorney General of Lagos State should compel on the police to bring that phone that they are blocking, shielding at the Lagos State Police Command. They don't want to release it. And we, as a human rights organization, will believe that phone has content that will lead to justice for Mohbad. Trust me, I can bet on my life.
Whose phone is it?
Adra said he owns it, and he sold it to one Dabala. The Dabala too was also there when Mohbad was taken to the hospital and brought in dead. So at the end of the day, you are shifting from Adura to Dabala. I said either of them. They are seriously important. And if it was Dabala coming to say, if Dabala will say, I have video of how City fought Mohbad, Dabala, who is a number one supporter of Wunmi, who was also a credible eyewitness, why did they even escape this? And that is why we are asking, go back to the investigation. There is a right for them to, in the light of a new lead, the police are meant to go back and extract it. So they can bring anything. Wunmi can blackmail me. I am fighting for a husband, the father of a son. If I am going to be an enemy because I'm fighting for that truth, so be it. If she likes blackmail me, 10 million, let her go and bring the 10 million. Whatever it is, how much is even 10 million? With what the tax we have undertaken? We need more. We need more money we will fight to the end. They will try to blackmail, they will try to arrest, they can even kill me in the process. But please, Nigerians, they must get justice for Mohbad, because it will help my own child. It will help the child of an innocent person out there. It will make this country better. I am sick and tired of going with the Nigerian passport and hiding it. Don't you think we can do better as a nation?
All right, thank you so much for coming. I understand you're having a march on this. A protest march.
No, we've done that. We protested to the office of the Commissioner of Police. He received us. And we demanded, sir. Wunmi went on national TV to say, they asked your family to come to the Lagos State Police Command to come and see the content of a phone. I was there. When there are too many discrepancies, then your credibility becomes questionable.
All right, thank you so much.
You are not aware of that.
I told you that I stopped following up on this case.
Hey, but you should have followed to the end. That's what Jesus said.
I told you that I stopped following up because it is sickening to me.
It can't be sickening. It's justice. We have to raise every child to understand that justice is crucial. Justice is a public issue.
I agree with you.
I am not going to be thinking about myself only. I would engage myself in things that will benefit even the people that will never meet in life.
We are out of time.
Give me some time.
Thank you so much for coming. And it's been a very interesting. It's been long that I've been trying to get you to the program, but it's worth it that you've come. It's been a very interesting discussion with you, and I hope that when again we call you to come, we wish Baba Jesha all the best. When you see him next, send my regard to him.
He will be out probably by November, so don't worry. If he doesn't win the appeal, but he should win the appeal, because I don't see anything happening to that case, because trust me, it's not the country we live in. I'm speaking the truth always. I don't do sentiment. I speak logic, objectivity, and the rule of law, not social media drama. No. Everybody is always doing what is right, what is wrong, but follow the due process of the law, and not connection. I have power. I have no. Any own deal. I will speak my own truth.
All right, no problem. Thank you, Yomi.
All right.
Thank you very much.
And to all our listeners, thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening.
It's going to be a loaded Easter. A lot of films are coming. RMD is coming with Radio Boy. Eniola Jao is coming with O1 Betis. Toyosi is coming with Make Nation, the first Africa.
Thank you, Top Radio. Thank you, Top Radio.
So we'll see you next week when we'll come with another guest to talk Nollywood and inform you about what is happening in Nollywood. Till then, keep watching Nigerian movies.
Thank you.
This is awesome. I swear. That will be the only discussion. I like the way it started it. See, because you were able to address other issues, and the little time you were able to nail. You were able to nail. Honestly, the little time we were able to nail.